Okay, we're going to talk about Claude Skills. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what they are, why they're useful, how to make them. Let's get right in. Boom. Just get my professional studio lighting setup going. Yes. What are Claude Skills? Skills are a way to package functionality that you want Claude to do over and over and over again. You know that time when you writing the same prompt over and over again, maybe just with some different numbers or a different bit at the end? A skill is perfect for that. You make a skill once, you save it somewhere, and then instead of writing it over and over again in the prompt, you can say, use this skill on this bit over and over and over again. It does a pretty good job of doing it over and over and over again. They're really, really simple. Let me show you how to make them. Surprise outfit change. Think about what we want the skill to actually accomplish. So to do this, let's think of a dumbest scenario. Imagine you run a website about cats. You love cats, anything to do with cats, you're down, like you love it. And part of the responsibility is to regularly publish blog posts, right? These blog posts would attract people to your blog, and you can grow your membership and sell more ads, I guess. This core skill here might be a skill to help you draft those blog posts. And then you'll be able to say, hey Claude, use the cat blog post skill to create a post about, and then something that makes the post unique, like how much water they need to drink, the nutritional benefits of cat food. Bit weird. Let's start there. We want to make a skill for creating this cat blog post. Lost the plot. First, I tend to write out what I want the skill to be. Imagine I'm just writing a prompt here. I'm using some of the tools that I have on my computer, but you could make this anywhere. You could make it in Google Docs, for example. It reads just like a prompt you'd normally write, right? So it's an instruction. In this case, create a blog post about the topic provided, but make sure to use cat analogies and use cat humor. I love cats, right? That's the bit that makes this cat specific. Then imagine you're briefing a more junior member of your team. So there's certain parameters that you want to work within, certain restraints that you want to apply. And in this case, I've defined some rules. I want my blog post to have a minimum number of words, right? So there's some substance to it. I know that the English that I want written should be simple and easy to use. And then I've given some steer as to the structure that I'd like every blog post to have. So an introduction, a sort of compare and contrast, and summarize. So this is just my way, how I thought I might want to structure a blog post, but you can put anything you want in here and as much detail as you want. I also ended with an important section just to say how I want the post to read, and that's it. This is my instruction for the skill. We can now switch to Claude and generate the actual skill. So let's do that now. Okay, so I am now inside Claude. Let me show you how to create a skill. If you click on your name down here, and then you go to settings, you can see there's a section down under customize called skills. Click that. Here's a list of skills which you can add, right? So you can have as many skills as you want. I'm going to hit add. And there's some options here. The first is to create with Claude, which is cheating. Don't do that yet. You can do that later on when you want to go faster. But for now, what we're going to do is write a skill instructions. So what you have is 3 fields to fill in. The first is what to call this skill. This is important because this is how you're going to direct Claude later on. So I'm going to call this skill cat blog post. Done. Description is also important. It is not only a description of the skill, so what does the skill do, but it's also used to help Claude understand when it should automatically use that skill based on the prompt you're writing. I'll just put something in here. Finally, we've got our instructions, which we prepared in advance. So I'm going to switch to those now and copy them out of Google Docs or wherever you did and hit create. And that's it. Cat blog post is now in the list. I can close this. Now, when I'm prompting Claude, I've now got a new superpower that I can use. If I hit backslash, something comes up here and I can see a cat blog post appears, or I can write it. I press tab, that selects it. And now what I'm doing is I'm telling Claude, hey, use the cat blog post skill for whatever I write next. So cat blog post skill on a new post about the benefits of modern cat food. So first of all, it's created a title and a body for the blog post. That makes sense. I can see that it's got this pun in the title, so that's good. It's understood the cat theme comedy angle that I'm going for. And structure-wise, it looks okay too. I can see a couple of paragraphs, so it's following that structure that I want in. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And now I can copy it and paste it and put it up on my website as I need to. But I could also, if I press up, ask it to do something else, like a new post on why cats don't like water. And you can see it's generated a new post. So hopefully it's obvious that we're starting to automate a process now, because I don't need to define what a blog post is every time. I don't need to say that it needs to be comedy. I don't need to say that it needs to be cat based, or there needs to be a minimum number of words. All of that is in that skill. And now I can just use the skill to generate content as I need to. And each one has a similar structure, look and feel. It is the same thing every single time. That is the beauty of using skills. Okay, so there are 3 things I want to finish up by telling you about. The first is that when you're making these skills, you really want to keep them super focused. So pick one thing and make it do that one thing well, because you can make as many skills as you want. Just really being laser focused on what that skill should do will really help you, and will mean that the skill is better and gives you a better output. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that you really want to start with a real workflow, something you already do. It just helps you describe the skill in a way that's useful. It also allows you to put examples in the skill, and that will again improve its output and make something of higher quality. The third one is around changing and improving that skill over time. You can make it once, use it, and as you start to see how it could be improved or where it's not quite great, you can continue to work on it and add more detail in certain places, or change some of the details to better suit what you're trying to do. So they're my 3 recommendations. Use them. That was a really quick introduction to Claude Skills, but hopefully you saw how useful they are and how really easy they are to make. This is really the first step in automating the work you're doing. You're already using AI by dropping prompts in. That's great. Now start to think about the skills that you can use so that you're not having to write the same thing time and time again. Last thing, if any of you are interested, my name is Michele. I am a lead technical PM based in Bangkok, and I'm making this video series to help people learn how to get the most out of Claude and automate as much of their workflow as possible. So my plan is to create a series of videos just like this, just introducing you to some of the features that I use in Claude and get us talking about what's going on. So on that note, if you like this video, please encourage me by supporting this in some way. Perhaps like drop me a note or something. And if there's anything you feel I'm missing, or any contribution you think I should make specifically about Claude, just add a comment to this so that we can start sharing and talking about it. But other than that, I'm looking for any feedback at all so that I can make better videos. On that, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.